About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Happy? Oh, I'm thrilled. Still, this leaves me with a lot of unknowns, and in our line of work, unknowns get you killed. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? Don't play games with me. We both know pinging a message back and forth to the key is going to take longer than we have to do this job. We're supposed to be working together on every part of this. So, you gonna tell me what else you're here for or not? Okay. So why are you targeting a Gallbank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? Playing it safe for now. Okay. I can respect that. But let's make one thing clear. If I'm gonna stick my neck out by helping you get near Dombrowski, I want something in return.
I don't see a way around a little quid pro quo.
You're insulting my intelligence. Delgado wouldn't send you all the way out here without specifically telling you what you're allowed to offer. I'll tell you what, though. I'm gonna make this extremely inexpensive for you. In fact, you don't have to offer me a single credit. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. That's a disturbing way to put it. But I suppose that's the best offer I'm gonna get, so I'll take it. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Looks like we got a party to crash. And I left my tux and tails in my other ship.
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran preservation or any other charity for that matter. Someone with enough disposable income to afford a permanent six-figure cabin aboard one of Trident's finest spaceliners. Consider it similar to owning a luxury mobile vacation home. Plaything for the wealthy, you get the gist. Take it easy. I'm just getting you started here. I'm sure you'll come running back to me for help again. This card will allow you to access the Starfield ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. He's a VIP executive, which means he either worked really, really hard using blood, sweat, and tears to make the Aorus climb to the top, or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up the corporate ladder. From what I've heard, it's the second option. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection, meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. You seriously need to ask. Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons. First, Goldbank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. Not something Delgado wants, I suspect. And second, you offer Galbank employee in every single Galbank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. I'm gonna guess that won't help with whatever your plans are regarding Galbank, now will it? They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society. What the hell? When I asked you earlier, you said you weren't here for anything else. Not only did you lie to me, but now you're telling me that she sent you after the award alone? Neva must be out of her mind if she thinks she's gonna screw me out of this deal. I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. So tell me, what's the status of your plan? Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
Captain Lokov is one of the most easygoing CEOs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items.
Is this important? I don't have a lot of time for nonsense. Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Probably in a few days. I don't want the award transfer to actually occur until we're safely in orbit at our destination. Of course, if I keep getting interrupted, the ceremony might never take place at all. Not at all. I was assured that this particular ship was outfitted with the absolute latest and cutting-edge security. I am completely confident that Trident Luxury Lines will keep all of us safe. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? In my cabin? Oh, please. Why would I do something so foolish? I'll have you know that the award is locked inside the master safe, located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you. I have about 1,000 things to deal with, and you're not one of them. Goodbye.
I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you that the route is quite safe. Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
You gotta admit, this is something else. So much obvious extravagance you could choke on it.
Please let me know if your voyage is unsatisfactory in any way.
They're not taking any chances with the passengers' goodies. Not that I blame them.
Welcome to the Purser's office. I'm Chief Purser Murata. How can I be of assistance today? An excellent question. My responsibilities include all of the Siren's financial, customs, and commercial goods transfers. Honestly, I really enjoy the work. I get to meet people at every port of call instead of being constantly stuck below decks. Oh, absolutely. The safe is magnetically sealed and shielded with multiple layers of fully damage-resistant, vacuum-proof plating. In the unlikely event our vessel is boarded and the threat detection alarm is triggered, the safe will be permanently sealed until it reaches port. In the even more unlikely event this ship is destroyed, we can assure you that your loved ones will be able to recover your goods from the wreckage. So, as you can imagine, your property will be completely secure until you decide to retrieve them from our safe. Well, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Have a wonderful trip. I'm sorry. It's against Trident policy to discuss our personal feelings towards a fellow crewmate. I don't want to lose my job. Why should I tell you? Is this really what we are doing? I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. I'm trying to be reasonable here. All right, but you didn't hear this from me. Do you understand? I don't want to lose my job. I like Captain Rokov, but I think he's mixed up with some very dangerous people. I was bringing some paperwork to his quarters one day, and I found a slate with a message he received from someone named Delgado. That would normally be fine, but the message mentions the Crimson Fleet, as in pirates. Can you believe it? If you want to grab it, the slate should still be in his quarters. Somewhere. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable. On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you aboard. How may I assist you today? I've only seen it briefly myself, but I can assure you that it's quite lovely. Unfortunately, the item is locked inside of our safe, which can only be accessed by presenting an appropriate claim ID. Is there anything else I can assist you with today? Don't forget to tell your friends how much you enjoy the cruise.
remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard the Starliner.
Here for business or pleasure? Dombrowski is married to some poor woman that he constantly leaves behind in New Atlantis when he goes on his business trips. I heard it's fitted with 12 internally flawless 2-carat blue diamonds. Can you believe that? Haven't we already talked about this? The Society is such a worthy cause. What could be more important than the preservation of the Earth's spirit? Don't forget to donate to the cause.
An open bar would have been nice. But Trident's gouging us. Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank, which means he has access to everyone's accounts at the touch of a button. All I know is that the award is given to whomever contributed the most to the preservation of Earth as a historic landmark. The Society was founded about 8 years ago by Carl S.A. Worthington, a prominent businessman from New Atlantis. Nice to have met you.
Mind moving along? I'm trying to enjoy the celebration.
So what brings you aboard?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I don't know why Larry's attending this event. He could care less about any planet, let alone the Earth. Well, apparently, the award is so valuable, there's only one in existence. It gets passed to a new winner every year. Donations to the Society can be debited from my bank account on a monthly basis. I barely have to lift a finger to help. That's all then? Okay.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society? His behavior towards women is abominable. That man really ought to be ashamed of himself. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits. Well, that was boring.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? The Society chair has really outdone herself this time. Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. Is this about that feature SSNN ran a few years ago? I can assure you, this is a legitimate charity organization. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, huh? Have you tried the canapes? He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning? I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. When you join, they send you a small chunk of rock from Earth itself. I keep mine on my desk. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, eh?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The society chair has really outdone herself. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. Enjoy the rest of the event.
That view is He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. That's all then? Okay.
I certainly hope they decide to hold
what
all
brings you
future society.
He's been spending a lot of time with Claudius. Well, that was boring.
An open bar would have been nice. He's been spending a lot of time with Claude. Nice to have met you.
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting a security situation, I need to get back to my duties.
Hello. Or he's been spending a lot. Nice to have met you.
Please remember to obey all posted safety
Have you tried
and
the
mustering
canapes?
instructions.
Horrid. He's been spending a lot of time with Claudia Swist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. Well, that was boring.
Here for business or pleasure?
Yeah, can we do this later? I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe we'll talk another time.
Have you tried the canopies? Horrid. Positively horrid.
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging it. He's been spending a lot of time. Don't forget to donate to the cause. Here for business or pleasure?
Is all that junk really necessary?
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society. Eh?
Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously... are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? Is that supposed to be some sort of threat? Not smart. Not smart at all. And that money could get me pretty damn far from Galbank's reach. Why should I trust you? You know what? Forget it. The price of doing business by slinging mud is way too steep. What else you got? You're not very bright, are you? I'm a grade C3 exec at Galbank. That means my credentials get me into two places. The front door and the ladies' room. If that's all you really want, you're certainly welcome to them. Are you kidding me? You need to think about it? For God's sakes, next time, maybe you should be a bit more prepared when you threaten someone. Sorry, do I know you? Okay, that's a hell of a way to open a conversation. Why don't you cut the crap before I tell my partner that you're harassing me? Believe me, you don't want to piss him off. His wife? Oh, for the love of God. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works. What's it gonna take to... If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? Are you kidding? The fact that we're even speaking tells me I'm already dead in the water. Yeah, sure you are. And I'm the Princess of Jemison. You want to try any more bullshit? If you had another way to get the information, you wouldn't be dealing. You'd be demanding. You know what? Forget it. The price of doing business by slinging mud is way too steep. What else you got? You're willing to pay me to give you dirt on Larry? Sorry, I thought I'd end up on the short end of the deal. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme where thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
You know, if I had a credit for every time I heard a criminal say I had the perfect scheme all worked out, I'd be a damn millionaire.
Yeah, well, it was perfect. Foolproof. Until I trusted that asshole. I didn't know who the hell you were. For all I knew, you were working for Dombrowski. It's called playing it cool. You should try it sometime. I'm not gonna tell you. Let's just say that I'd be sent to prison for a long time if Galbank figured it out. Oh, angry isn't even the right word. The plan was solid. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. Oh, I know he was using me. At the same time, he was saying how much he loved me. He was stringing me along and stabbing me in the back. I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. What do you think is going on? I'm using that gullible idiot to get what I want. If I have to squash him on my way to the top, then so be it. Let's get one thing straight. Larry Dombrowski's no saint. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
You do hear the words you're saying, right? Well, maybe self-reflection ain't her strong suit.
Where the hell do you get off judging me? You don't know that asshole like I do, okay? Dombrowski is a piece of human garbage. He'd stab you in the back for table scraps, then stab you again to steal dessert. The plan's always been to milk the guy for everything he's worth, and then leave him in the dust. Not bad for a lowly Galbank worker drone, right? I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right? What, are you ready to damn novel? Fine. Vera works for UC Security, so he kept a lookout on their comnet for any Galbank chatter. I guess you could call him our early warning system. And Dombrowski made sure that all of the crypto manipulation I was working on didn't turn up in Galbank's automatic audits. You need top clearance for that kind of access, so we had to cut him in, whether we liked it or not. I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
Bingo. Let's see what we got. Yeah, wow. If people saw how good these people have it, there'd be a revolution.
On behalf of myself and the entire... For the safety of everyone aboard, please be certain you don't interfere with any of the crew or security members of our vessel. If you wish to have a drink at any of our lounges, be sure to present your cabin pass to have the cost deducted from your account.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner.
Must you continue these unwelcome interruptions? I'm a very busy woman. Excuse me? And why in goodness name would I do something as foolish as that? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? I'd like to tell you. I really would. You think I'm a pushover? I don't have time for this. I hear you. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved.
Hello. Are you a member of the
Hello.
society?
You here for the charity event? Oh, I'm afraid that's a bit outside my wheelhouse. I work for UC Security, so I don't think I could be of much help. I have nothing to do with Galbank. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
Really well done. You almost sounded believable. Almost.
Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
So what brings you aboard?
Don't forget to keep your Starview pack. Any complaints about your crews should be directed to one of the staff.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Oh, absolutely. He's up the ladder at UC Security. Lots of pull. We have to handle this very delicately. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows.
Buah, tío, no te puedo creer. No te puedo creer que tenía muteado el micro, tío. Si no me lo dice Fanry. estaba hablando de saludadito que te he escrito, tío. Buah. Si no me lo dice no me entero, tío. Porque lo he muteado por los cascos, no por el software. ¡Poh! Pues ya ves. Prácticamente casi todo el stream he estado muteado. No veas qué cagada. ¡Hombre! Vamos ahí, ese monitor. Bienvenido, tío. Declarar una emergencia en la nave podría funcionar.
Maybe, but if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm or
Estamos
something,
perdidos.
with all of
Sí,
these
sí.
wealthy patrons
Los cojones
aboard,
míos.
the
Los
ship is
cojones míos,
crawling with
viva
security.
Monitor.
Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved in his conspiracy, and then Dombrowski heads for the hills. Besides, you really want to
buena,
ace a
Fran
member
Blanco.
of UC
Bienvenido.
security and have them breathing down your neck? You'll be the top story on SSNN.
Buena, José Manuel.
No, there has to be a safer way.
En serio, tío, me tengo que comer una emergencia en la nave, tío. Bien, buenas, Ana, bienvenida.
Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors.
Sensor del soporte vital.
Manipulate a
Bueno,
few
Alfonso.
controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency. This is one of Trident's premier Starliners. That means it has the best of everything, including a triple redundancy life support system. They installed a backup for the backup. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency and everyone will have to return to their quarters until I sound the all clear, which I won't.
That was the correct answer. You win a prize.
You don't need to know anything about the system. All you need to do is access the maintenance area and throw some switches. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last
pasa, mi vida?
resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining
Buena,
the
Adri,
fleet,
bienvenido.
right? Anyway, I better start
No
back.
te acerques.
Things are getting hot around here. And
Sí, no te acerques,
won't be long
pásate por
before
aquí.
Trident figures out you had help. There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the
Vaya,
Starfield
hombre.
wall.
Buena, José Miguel.
Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will
La tontería.
automatically unlock.
Buena, Ignacio, bienvenido.
This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage.
Buenas, Sandro.
Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cred stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. Go do something useful, okay?
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
An open bar would have been nice, but Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Baraja. Anda. ¿En serio, tío? Conductor. Casco espacial de reconocimiento profundo inusual. Muy bien. Acá se queda asalto. Que lo reduce el daño cuerpo a cuerpo. Bueno, no me interesa para nada. Venga, hasta luego. Este es.
Captain Rokov said you're allowed in any of the crew-specific areas. Just don't touch anything.
No toque nada, por favor. Joder, macho. Bueno, user. Pop, 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 pop. Casi nada.
At least this looks like a ship. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they had maids do the rounds here.
Hey, hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry, that area is off limits. No exceptions.
Capitán Rokov ha dicho que está dispuesto a perdonarte la deuda.
Oh, really? Well, that changes things quite a bit. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away?
En poco ambiente le sale contra ambiental, ¿no?
Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong, the quiet gives me time to gather my thought. Feel free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
Activa el acceso a soporte vital básico. Joder, 3 interruptores.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Oh, no more music? I was hoping to show my dance moves.
Venga, vamos.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Joder, chaval. Buena Jota, bienvenido.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency.
Vaya,
It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain
First of
has
all,
declared
you're
a
in no position to
ship-wide
demand
emergency.
anything. And
Please
second,
report to your cabins in
you
an
must think
orderly
I'm stupid.
fashion and remain
There's no
there
way I'd
until you
possibly
receive
incriminate
further
myself
instructions.
by handing over the evidence. I don't know where you got that information from, but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having getting my cut from that asshole. That means my money's already gone.
JKF.
And Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail.
Te pagaré para compensar por quejarte que Dombrowski me dejara todos los números.
Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently, she was wrong.
Antes de cerrar ningún trato te importa decirme qué voy a comprar.
Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio recording. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide
At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall.
Gracias por el
You'll
like,
do
Sara.
whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski,
Buenas, Lucas, bienvenido.
I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course.
Habrá que ver qué pasa.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Habla con Samco.
Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so out of hand, it also involves the Crimson Fleet? That's all I need right now. Enemies on two fronts. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No. You can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates, thank you very much. All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive...
Yeah, traveling with you has been something else. But the best part is when we're charting course for the next jump. I never feel at home planet side. How about you?
¿Cómo?
I figured you were a kindred spirit. See, the people I don't get are the ones who never go anywhere. They stay in their own hometown, they just live and die there. There's a whole galaxy full of wonder and things you could never imagine. How can they be satisfied with one tiny sliver of it? I mean, right? I think everyone should at least get out once. Get out of your comfort zone so you can really see that there's a mess of ugly out there, but my...
Prefieren bajar si nos dejan para los dos. Libre que porque nueva cultura y experiencia que regresen a la
That helps you understand how this crazy place fits together. I want to be the code that finds... I'd like to discover something. Exactly. Yeah, it's funny, as much as Jacob, and I get it, going off the map.
Please. The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Not one drop.
There until you receive
Despite his many, if you're gonna be name-dropping Solomon all the damn time, I couldn't ask for better company.
Venga. Cuéntate a Larry Dombrowski. ¿En serio? Mételo.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during...
Ahora mismo. Voy de camino.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Esta la que no podía abrir, ¿no? ¿En serio?
You gotta drop some of that.
Ah, mierda. Está la cama.
Big mistake now.
Buah. Ya la he liado. 6:48. Por coger eso que... No te creo. Voy a tener que cometer el marrón de volver a hablar.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please?
You want me? I help you by handing over evidence?
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Don't act so surprised. You didn't really think if I've learned anything in my years at the... I don't know where you got that. That means my money's over. I'd love to see the bastard. Oh, I've got everything you're gonna... We're talking a slate. It was my little insurance. At least I walk away with something. Here, just remember that you promised. You better tell Dombrowski to run. Because if you don't kill him, I will.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
The Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
Tú no ha llegado todavía. Ahí tiene. Vámonos. Bueno, Armando. Baboso este.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation.
Hola Paco, bienvenido.
Has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Atacar esta vez no habrá cuerdas. Es que... ¿Cómo he sabido que era?
Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen to the facts before we proceed. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet. This leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. You may as well ask, is it necessary for the sun? Forgive me. Sometimes I forget that I have to fraternize with people below my intellect. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my GalBank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
You know, when my number gets called up, I hope I handle it like this guy. I'm impressed, really.
Wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Well, I'm surprised you even posed that question at all. The answer is quite obvious. The last thing I'd want to do at this point is call attention to myself. Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice.
Bueno, Miguel.
Though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point. Oh, it was actually a rather easy deduction to make. It's the only thing of significant value that I still have in my possession. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat. You know, traveling with you has been something else. But the best part is when we're charting course for the next jump. I never feel at home planet side. How about you? I figured you were a kindred spirit. So the people I don't get are the ones you never know. There's a whole... How can they be satisfied with one tiny sliver of it?
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive.
I think everyone should at least get out. Get out of your comfort. There's a mess of ugly out there. That helps you understand how this crazy... I want to be the code that finds something. I like to discover something that moves people. Exactly. Yeah, it's funny, and I get it. Going off the map. I couldn't ask for better company.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
Claro, claro.
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt that Sandine owed me. But hey, you got the job done. I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me?
May I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
So he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone.
Vaya.
Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Overreach.
Unbelievable.
Don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you. I promise. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet.
Continúa esta Nueva Atlántida. Vámonos de aquí.
All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins at this time.
Vámonos. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, qué pastel de misión, macho. Niveles para arriba, camarote. Vete, vuelve, vete, vuelve. Qué locura.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an order.
Venga, hasta luego. Hasta luego. Bueno, user.
Clamps released.
So, Miss Stay Up Late reading under the covers? Did you learn anything new from your book last night?
Don't pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't really. I learned that back on Earth, people used to use the stars to navigate. That's so cool.
Vámonos.
But I
Bueno,
guess
por ahí
it
yo.
only worked because they just lived on one planet. And
Vámonos.
that sounds
Buenas, Coster.
boring.
Remind me one of these days to tell you the tale of a certain Solomon Co. and where his stargazing landed him.
Nice jump.
Be
We're right
advised,
on
we're
target.
entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Gracias. Venga, aterrizar en el ojo. Todo lo que me tengo que quitar de encima es poco. Casi nada. Si enfundas el arma nada más empezar un combate contra unos guardias, podrás rendirte. Vaya. Nave. Bodega. Recursos. Ahora no puedo ver bien. Brutal.
Good to be back.
Me alegro de volver. Me engañé. Transferir. Guardar todos los recursos. Trinquete. Caja de suministro cosmético, base de juca. Cajetilla de tabaco. Baraja. Bandeja de comida. Alicate de sujeción. No vea. Twist. Arrojable. Nada de impacto. Para... Permite fundirte con el entorno. Reconocimiento profundo legendaria. La capacidad de oxígeno. De por lo pronto se va a escapar. 20 blindaje, daño físico, energía electromagnético fluido, mochila, pulsera potente. 45 corrosivo. Propulsora potente. Menos 25. 30. La propulsora potente. Tercera distancia. La puta mierda de mochila, ¿no? Del amante. Oxígeno, resistencia térmica. Capacidad de carga. Capacidad de carga. Capacidad de carga del avante. El daño cuerpo a cuerpo. Trajes. Vista legendaria. Agresión líquida, la resistencia térmica, la probabilidad de reducir el daño. O sea, botiquines. Pero esto es una mierda, al fin y al cabo. Traje de navegante. Técnico, reduce el daño que inflige al enemigo robótico con 15 cargueros recursos. Los recursos pesan con 25% menos. Medida de desarmar a los atacantes cercanos. Recursos pesan un 25% menos. Pero es un... lo veo. Ya, pero... $152. El rifle empleado duplica la base de cargador básico. Buena ese cedero. 50, colegio. Mamma mía. ¿Qué daño reactivo lateralmente inmoviliza el objetivo? Día del daño humano. Finado Eon. Indicador. Estando en el espacio. Bueno, Tesla. Al impactar la munición emite a veces electricidad que daña y ralentiza los objetivos del carro. Mira telescópica corta, munición perforadora. Bueno. $281. Vale. 274. Pues si no llevo una mierda aquí. Pues me tierra 250. Bueno, con destino. Vale. ¿Estario, cojones? Sí. Casi no. Bueno. Aquí lo vamos a dejar, familia. Así que